the help of Kevin on this one. It's a ordinance to exclude community-based residential facilities in adult family homes from city refuse collection, and I believe, and we just say and recycling collection, correct?
Right.
Yeah, and,
And please.
Mr. Chair, I would move to amend that to include recycling so that everyone understands. The intent here is to no longer provide city services for both refuse and
Okay, thank you. And my question to Dave, and we talked a little bit about this today, what about one of these facilities that doesn't have a place for a dumpster?
So the specific place that you specified.
Well, there might be others. That was just the one that came to mind.
So if they can have 2 to 4 refuse containers or carts, but also 2 recycling carts, you're looking at a total of 4 to 6
Container.
carts. So if they can have a spot to locate that, then they can pour a slab, concrete slab, or accessibility to have a 4-yard dumpster at that location.
Okay.
Mr. Chair,
Oh.
that's me.
Alderman Haas, I didn't.
Yeah, thanks. And so for Dave, and I think for Mike Mazmanian, who's here also, this presents an additional code enforcement concern and issue. So we don't want a big dumpster in front of a residential looking property that's in a residential neighborhood. And I think this is for you, Mike. Yeah, our rules are you can't have the dumpster in the front of, or any garbage receptacle in the front of the house. It has to be either on the side or in the rear, right?
And that's under 7.05, that we would have to, you cannot have it in the front of the residential unit.
Yeah.
So wherever they are storing their current containers, they would have to look at that same type of location for a possibility of using containers. They can still use containers. They may need more, but they need to find to outsource with a vendor that will collect, via
The cart.
carts or containers in lieu of dumpster.
Yeah, and if we adopt this, if we approve this, what was a Department of Public Works problem becomes a code enforcement problem, whereas where our refuse workers would see that there's a problem with a dumpster in the past and be able to address it, well, now we won't know until we get a report of it. And then code enforcement has to come out and say, you need to properly dispose of your waste and follow the rules. I want to make sure that we all understand that part. And, well, and then I have one more thing, and then I'll be quiet. Thank you. And then, yeah, the other part is with a private hauler, they can come sometimes at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and it's a big truck in the residential neighborhood, and they always have to back up when you hear the backup alarm. What rules do we have, if any, regarding noise like that?
May I?
Sure.
7 o'clock.
Yeah, I know that 7 o'clock is for work rules. Does that count
It's for dumpsters
refuse?
too, because I
Dumpsters?
call GFL, I know the dispatchers, and it stops.
You call it a complaint and you're
Oh,
on
yeah.
top of it.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Because we've got some that were commercial backs up to residential.
Yeah, yeah.
River Bend Shopping Center, for instance.
Yeah. Those are my concerns. Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Alderperson Bishop.
Dave, this question is for you. Approximately how many of these properties are we looking at? Do you have a
So a
count?
total 40, roughly.
40? Okay, so the impact isn't going to be huge when we're looking at these other maybe minor details. I do know that when we're dealing with servicing or code enforcement issues on dumpsters that are neglected and whatnot, it's probably a smaller percentage than what we're thinking, and especially with 40, I think we would probably look at more of them being compliant, especially with them falling under the auspices of that licensure through the state and whatnot. Do you agree, or?
It's roughly 50, half of them.
Okay.
We're having repeated offenses, violations, and it's going to the property and informing them, and then going back to the property, and there's compliance maybe for a week or two, and then it's right back.
So you're babysitting them a bit more, the
Correct.
properties, okay. And may I ask what type of violations they're having? Is it furniture? Is it, what type of things are going on there?
No, perfect. So I do have available a handout that lists the properties as well as their type of violations. So I can produce that if you choose. But some are, the main areas of concern is uncontainment. There's medical waste that has been evident within the uncontained containers. There's been human fecal matter that is not contained. And it's not in a bag or what have you. When the staff goes to recycle or service these containers, the ram comes down and will, there's been urine that's been exposed, that bodily fluids. So there's been containers that have been left out for several days, not returned to the original storage area of the residential property. There's, a lot of it is just not having enough containers. Now, the zone is a residential property, so the maximum containers that you can have is 2, but in some of those, they're zoned as a 2-family, so you can have 4 residential garbage containers for that.
Now, your response actually sparks another issue. Has health been brought in on any of this?
Right now, it's,
Because I'm not opposed to doing this. I'm just wondering, like, one step ahead, and that might be just another time for another discussion.
not at this time,
Okay.
far as the violations that we observed.
Okay.
We've been, the sanitation division's
Okay.
been handling.
All right, you covered my questions. I don't have any more.
Chairman Rote,
Alderman Halverson.
just to follow up on that, I'm assuming, I'm not a doctor, but I'm assuming, chemical or bio waste and all that stuff, that's not good for our city workers?
I would think not. They have PPE, like I say, that's, I think one thing that's frustrating to the staff and where they are surprised that this stuff is the material, the the fluids are there. Not knowing for sure, but it is something that is, there are properties that are known for that, on occasion to have uncontained waste.
Thank you.
One more thing, Dave. Are these going to be picked up once a week just like they are now? The dumpster companies, they are going to be required.
Yep, on a daily, yep.
Okay, so it's not a monthly.
Weekly.
Right, understood.
Bi-weekly for recycling.
Understood.
I second. There was a motion, right?
Oh, there was?
I believe Alderman Haas, or you made the amendment. You didn't make the motion.
Great memory, yes.
Okay, is there a motion?
So, yeah, I move for approval as amended.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries.
Thanks, Dave.
Item as amended. Item 43, Resolution 2024-0230, resolution to approve bid of Lalonde Contractors Incorporated for street construction in Walker Street from South 60th to South 56th in the city of West Dallas in the amount of $777,170.47.
Move to approve?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Item 44, Resolution 2024-0227, resolution on the vacation and discontinuance of part of an alley located north of West Hicks Street between 73rd and 74th Street.
Move for approval?
Second. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? This motion carries. Item 45, Resolution 2024-0221, resolution to confirm and adopt the report of the city engineer containing the schedule of proposed assessments for improvement of various streets by concrete reconstruction.
Move for approval?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And item 46, final resolution authorizing public improvement, concrete construction and concrete reconstruction and/or asphalt resurfacing in various locations and levying special assessments against benefited properties.
Move for approval?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
motion to adjourn.
Second.
Going so fast. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We adjourn.
Okay, we will call Public Safety Committee to order. We have item number 55, 2024-20276, appointment by Mayor Vine of Frederick Talani to West Dallas Police and Fire Commission with a term to expire on May 1st, 2025. Does anybody know who this gentleman is?
He's sitting right there.
Hi. Talani, do you have anything to share with the committee?
Nope, I would be honored to serve on the committee if you so choose.
Okay, well, I would love to have you. Do we have a motion?
I move approval.
Second?
Okay, there's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, I should ask for discussion. We just discussed it.
Yeah, we did.
Motion carries. All right, and thank you so much. Item 56, 2024-0162, new operators licensed bartender, Class C operator, application for Rosie Lopez. Is Rosie Lopez here this evening? Okay, has there been a call? Okay, is there a motion?
So is this our first time?
Yeah, is this first?
Yes.
First non-appearance?
However, how, we had discussion on the zoning and Haas. On our last committee, we have not, obviously, we're not gonna just overflow it to this one. But how we handled it before is if you get a notice to appear for court or anything else and you don't show up, what's gonna happen? If you don't call or you don't make some effort. And rather than wasting staff time, rather than wasting committee time, if somebody has a viable reason to not be here, we will give that grace. But we were just doing it automatically, and I think maybe those applicants were taking it for granted that we just give a number 2.
Madam Chair, I just had one thing to add. We did also, you did change the denial period. So before, if you were denied, you had to wait six months to reapply. So for the operators, it was changed to that they can reapply tomorrow if
Exactly.
they want.
Got it, okay.
Sounds good to me. Thank
So that's the clarification. So do we have a motion?
you. And I move for denial
Okay,
second.
based on
based on non-appearance
and record.
and record.
Okay, thank you, Alderman Haas. And there was a second.
There was a
Any
second.
further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Item 57, 2024-0234, new operators licensed bartender Class D operator application for Kyle Mullins. Is Mr. Mullins here? Please come forward. Thank you. And I would like to say thank you so much for your patience tonight. This was a very lengthy meeting. It was not supposed to be this lengthy. So, Mr. Mullins, the reason you're here tonight is there's a few things that come up on the record when you applied for your your license. So right now, I just have one question. Where are you planning on working?
Rockstar Saloons on 58th and Burnham.
Okay. And what is your experience with bartending in past?
None.
None. Okay. So do you work there currently?
I got my provisionary, so I can do it with one of them still there present. Yeah,
Okay. All right. Your driver's license status is
valid.
valid. Okay. And is this going to be a full-time job for you, part-time, supplement?
Pretty much part-time because I have another part-time job that I'll fluctuate between the two.
Okay. Now, there's a few things that came up on your record dating back from, 207 going forward. I don't have any specific questions for you. I just wanted to review this with the committee. Are there any other alders that have any questions for the applicant?
Yeah, Madam Chair.
Please, Alderman Haas.
Yeah, Kyle, you have some things on your record. We need our bartenders to obey the law. And of course, you're gonna obey the law, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear, but I believe it as well. Secondly, one point that I always want to make to our taverns and our bartenders is you may have reason to say in your mind, should I or shouldn't I call the police? Something's going on, something's happening. Should I or should I not call the police? And I want your answer to always be to call the police when that happens. Don't be afraid to call the police. That should be the default.
Thank you, Alderman Haas. And may I add to that, many owners of establishment believe that if you call the police, it may count against their license. So just know your responsibility. It oftentimes does not. You're doing the right thing by managing that establishment because that's your role and it's a big responsibility. So with that being said, I have nothing further. Does any other alders have anything? Okay, do we have a motion?
I'll move approval.
Okay. is there a
Second it.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Mullins, and thanks for your patience. Okay, let me get back to where I'm supposed to be. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm tired and I'm hungry. I just am. All right. So with that being said, we have item number 58, 2024-0235, new operator's license, bartender class D operator application for Gabriella Jacobs. Is Ms. Jacobs here? Please come forward. Hello, Ms. Jacobs. You heard the drill, so you know why you're here. Question for you two: where are you planning on working?
My same job I work at right now, Reunion Restaurant.
Okay, you're at Reunion.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And how long have you been with them?
Since last August, so almost a year.
Okay, liking the job. All right. I think Alderman Haas really kind of encompassed what we expect from those that are getting their bartender's license,
Yeah.
and that you do exactly what he said if there's a problem. I know the ownership over there runs a good ship.
Yeah.
So I don't have any questions for you beyond this. Does any other alders have questions? No?
No.
Is there a motion?
A motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Item 59, 2024-0245, new operator's license, bartender class D operator application for Taylor Mitch. I did not pronounce it right. Mitchie?
Maybe it's like Ray Nitschke.
Mitchke? Well, it could be. Is Taylor here? Okay. Is there a motion?
No.
Okay, on
Second. Oh.
denial for
Not appearance.
No appearance.
and record?
That's all right. It was the same reason.
Okay, point of order. Point of order.
We got going on here.
Okay, so there's a motion on the floor for denial
Denial.
based on record and
Record.
non-appearance. And who has the second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Okay, item 60, 2024-0251, new bartender's license, Class D operator application for Alexis Mesa? Okay, Miss Mesa is not here?
Mesa, yeah.
Oh, like
City in
Arizona.
Arizona.
Thank you.
It's tabled and stamped.
Yes, thank you very much.
I don't see this
All right.
person.
Did Miss Mesa call ahead?
Nope.
Okay, is there a motion?
I move move denial as a backward.
Did you see my?
I move for denial based on non-appearance and the record.
Okay, there's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Is there a motion for adjournment?
I move we adjourn.
Okay, is there a second?
I second that.
Okay, any discussion? No, we're all in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned.
All right.
Approve all the